And
चलो चलो Rafiq, please wait 1 minute to join some other members. Within next 2 minutes, I will start the session. Thank you. Hello. All of you, please wait 1 minute. Actually, I'm having one problem. Okay, sorry for the disturbance. Hello.
Sorry for the disturbance.
Thank you.
Hello. Sorry for the disturbance. Thank you.
Srinivas sir.
Srinivas sir. Srinivas sir.
Hello.
సార్ చెప్పండి.
Okay, sir. Okay. May I start the session, sir?
ఓకే సార్, ఓకే సార్,
Okay, sir. Okay.
ఓకే సార్.
Hello. All of the students. All of you, please try to log in again. If any problem is there, please try to log in again. Please try to log in again. Hello. Hello. Srinivas sir. Srinivas sir. Srinivas sir. Srinivas sir. Hello. Hello.
సార్ చెప్పండి.
Is it my voice is audible, sir?
ఎస్ సార్, క్లియర్ సార్.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay,
I
sir.
try to log in with some other number. Please wait 2 minutes.
ఓకే 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 సార్, ఓకే సార్, ఓకే సార్,
Just wait 2 minutes, sir.
ఓకే సార్, ఓకే సార్.
Actually, my phone is not having the charging, and here facing some network issues. So that's
ఓకే
why
సార్,
my
ఓకే సార్.
phone is delay. Okay, no problem. Just wait 2 minutes. Okay. Hello.
Okay. Hello.
Srinu sir. I hope I am audible to everyone. Hello. 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 Okay, I hope I'm audible to everyone. At the same time, all of the members are able to see the screen also. Sorry for the occurring the disturbance in this session. So don't worry about that. Anyhow, this is a revision class to us because today we are ending the and try to revising the already discussing topic. So that is moving from one system to many. In this one, mainly we are focused on to the three topics. So those are software product lines, building systems from of the shelf, the components, and third one is software architecture in future. Okay, so first of all, we're already discussed in the last class analyzing architectures, why we are performing the evaluation. For example, if it is a planned evaluation, which type of situations to be faced, and if you are not performing the planned evaluation, then which type of problems are also occur. So how we are performing the evaluation, what are the steps, what are the main criteria to be performing the evaluation, and what are the best methods to evaluating the software architecture. So maybe ATAM and another one is the CBAM. So we are already discussed all these things. Okay, in the case of ATAM, architecture trade-off analysis method, and another one is the cost benefit analysis method, that is CBAM. So the main advantage of CBAM is able to find out the benefit. So that means after developing the software architecture, so whether we are in the loss or maybe the profit. So that will be clearly identified compared with the ATM. So that's why we are using the CBAM. And another topic is moving from one system to many. Okay. Okay, in the case of moving from one system to many, so that means here the name is implies. Here we are increasing the productivity. Okay, so how we are increasing the productivity? Nothing but increasing the software structure. So that means, for example, if we are using only one system, so then we are using more than one system to achieving the same type of the functionality. Okay, please wait. Just I'm go to that screen now. Okay. That means here we are reusing the same architectural concepts. Okay, so that means here the main thing is based upon to the software product line. Okay, so if you are observing here, moving from one system to many, the name is implies. Focuses on the construction of multiple systems from that architecture, discussing and giving example system to product line. So that means here we are based upon to the product line. What is the purpose of product line? What is the product line? Okay, in the case of software product line, so here we are reusing the architectural assets. So that means oftenly we are developing the similar type of the architectures. For example, maybe if we are developing some software for the some college, maybe the same software will be we will be used to the some other college also. Why? Because both are having the similar type of the structures. In the same way, if you are developing some software to the some organization, the same type of software will be also used for different types of the organizations also. Why? Because so all businesses environments having the same type of structure. So maybe what are the products to be we are maybe what are which type of products to be maybe we are marketing, and what are the costs of the particular product, and what are the customer numbers. So like this. So that means here we are when we are developing some different similar types of the software architectures, then need not to again design the new softwares. So that means the existing software can be used for to the remaining organization. At this time of situation, reducing the time and increasing the productivity also. So and here we are based upon the product line also. So that means here we are increasing the productivity. So that means we also know about that parallel operating system and distributed operating system. In the case of parallel operating system, more than one CPU is able to performing the instructions execution by the shared memory. So in the same way, distributed operating system means more than one CPU is used for performing the instructions execution and based upon to the individual memories. So that means need not wait for some other process execution. Okay, so then at that time of the situation, we are able to increase in the productivity. Here also we are based upon to the software product lines to reusing the architectural assets. Okay, a software architecture represents a significant investment of time and effort, usually by senior talent. So it is natural to want to maximize the return on this investment by reusing an architecture across multiple systems. So that means when we are using multiple systems, then here maybe the chance we are able to gain some benefits on the return on investment. Okay, architecturally mature organizations tend to treat their architectures as valuable intellectual property and look for ways in which that the property can be leveraged to produce additional revenue and reduce the cost. So that means here we are increasing the productivity but reducing the costs. Then automatically we are in the benefit stage. Okay, so what is the software product line? Software product lines based on the inter-product commonality represent an innovative growing concept in software engineering. So that means so this is the one of the innovative way, and here we are compare the and here we try to identify the common things in the software architectures. So when we are able to identify the common things, then easily the existing software will be used to the some other organization. Am I right or not? So every customer has its own requirements which demand flexibility on the part of the manufacturer. Software product lines simplify the creation of the systems specifically for the particular customers or customer groups. So that means here we are designing new softwares with the from the existing software. So that means here we are performing some modifications on the existing software, and the same software will be used for to maintain into the some other organization. At the same time, we are mainly focused on to the customer requirements also. So at this time of situation here, reducing the time for to develop the new software architecture, then automatically increasing the productivity, at the same time reducing the cost, and we are in the benefit. Okay, what makes software product lines work? The essence of the software product line is the disciplined, strategic reuse of assets in the producing family of products. So that means here we try to create the new software architectures by reusing the software architecture assets. So that means which type of assets are we are able to again reuse. So here in the case of any type of the software development, mainly we are based upon to the some of the things. Those are maybe the requirement analysis, design, coding, testing. Okay, so all these things are mainly focused, mainly concentrated to develop the software. So in the same way here also we are reusing the some architectural assets. So which type of assets are here we are considered is, so the first one is requirements. So most of the requirements are common with those of earlier systems and so can be reused. Requirement analysis is saved. So that means here need not wait for to collect all the requirements. So that means here reducing the time to collecting the requirements. Why? Because structure, these structures are similar. So is good. And the artificial design, if it is a similar thing, for example, maybe we are developing some software for to the some college. Now, if we are developing the software for some other college, now same structure is used for the another college also. Why? Because these two structures have the same type of structures. Why? Because these are very same. So that means these two are having the common things. So that's why need not wait for to collecting the requirements. I need not wait for how to which design is best and in which type of we are performing the testing. So that means here we are using different types of strategies to achieve the quality attribute. So now in this case here we need not wait for longest period of time to performing the testing. So that means here also time is saving. Okay, and next one is the elements. So that means elements means modules. Which type of modules are used in the previous developed software architecture? The same things are also we are used here. So that at the same time we are able to we are having the chance to maintain the improve the things. So that means whatever it may be we are observed in the previous software architectures, those type of things are here we are recovered and we are able to deliver the quality software architecture to the end users. Okay, so software elements are applicable across the individual products. For and above, more code reuse the element and reuse includes initial design work. Design success are captured and reuse the design dead ends are avoided, not repeated. So that means, for example, in the case of previous case, maybe occurring the deadlocks or maybe the dead ends or maybe the bottlenecks. So those type of situations are we are easily recovered in this developed architecture. Why? Because we are doing the same thing again. So that means here we are performing the reusing the architectural assets. So this includes the design of the elements interface, its documentation, its test plans, procedures, and any models used to predict the measure is its behavior. So that means we are easily performing the test. Performing time. And here testing is also we are performing easily because here test plans, test process, test cases, test data, test harness and the communication paths are required to report and fix the problems are already in place. So that means in the previous case we are performing different types of testings. So the same type of test procedure also here we are applying into the whatever it may be, we are now newly creating that software architecture. So that means here, so everything is we are reusing here. So that means this is also one of the concept of object oriented. And another thing is the process methods and tools. Configuration controls the procedures and facilities documentation plans, approval process, tools, environment, system generation and distribution procedures, coding standards, and many other day-to-day engineering support activities can all be carried out more from the product to product. So that means here up to now, so we are using different types of process, different types of methods, and different types of tools for achieving different types of quality attributes. So now the same thing, the same type of procedures, the same type of methods are also again we are applying to the same architecture to achieve quality attributes. Okay. And another thing is the pupil. Because of the commonality of the application, personnel can be fluidity transfer among the projects as required. So and another one is the exemplar systems. Deployed products serve high quality demonstration prototypes as well as high quality engineering models of performance, security, safety, and reliability. And another thing is the defect elimination. Product lines enhance the quality because each new system takes the advantage of the detect elimination in its four bits. So that means here we are easily identifying the errors and easily recovering the errors and here reducing the time to developing the new architectures here. Why? Because we are performing the reusing the architectural. So that means up to now what we are discussing is, so here we are discussing about the product lines. The main purpose of using the product lines is improving the quality. So how we can improve the quality means here we are performing the things in within the time. Why? Because so here we are based upon to the common architectures. So then need not wait for lot of time to developing the new architectures, and need not wait for we are not facing any type of the new problems here. If any problem is occurred, then we can easily solve that problem. Why? Because the same problem is also maybe happened in the first case also. So then we can know how that type of the problem will be recovered. So that means here reducing the time. So whether it is maybe collecting the requirements, or maybe the design, or maybe coding, or implementation, or maybe testing. So that means here when we are able to when we are based upon the common architectures to increasing the productivity, then automatically increasing the quality also. Why? Because we also know about what will be happen in the next if you are following in this processor. Okay, next topic is scoping. Okay, scoping is I think the name is implies here. When we are developing any type of the software, definitely we are based upon to the this concept, that is scoping. So that means border. So whether we are in the within the scope or maybe the out of the scope. So before developing any type of the software architect may be having the idea how many number of days are needed to developing this software, how many number of people are needed for to developing this software, and how much of amount or maybe rupees is needed to developing this software. Okay, so now he is now he start the its new work, and maybe in some type of situations maybe it will be leads to the increasing the time, or maybe increasing the persons, increasing the people also. So at this time of situation, it will be the out of the scope. So architect should be maintain all these things. So that is nothing but scoping. The scope of a product line defines what systems are in it and what systems are out. So that means we are able to guess. So what is our the status? What's the status of our project, or maybe software architecture? Okay. If you are observed here, so in this diagram, we are clearly easily identify whether we are within the scope or maybe the out of the scope. If it is within the scope, then our plans are executed within the efficient manner. Otherwise, maybe our plans are deviated from the actual plan. So that means maybe in some type of situations, maybe software architects having the idea. So maybe 40 days are needed to developing this software architecture. Maybe in some type of situations, maybe it will be leads to increase. So maybe 60 days or 70 days are needed to developing their software to facing some other problems. So at the time of situation, it is the out of scope. So here we need to clearly identify each and everything. So why? Because this is also one of the quality attribute. Am I right or not? So we are discussing different types of the quality attributes. So in that one here, we are discussing about system quality attributes, business quality attributes, and another one is the architectural quality attributes. In the case of business quality attributes, one of the attribute is whether it is a rollout of the schedule or not. So if it is within the schedule, no problem. If it is roll out of the schedule, then again it will be influences to the financial issues also. Why? Because if the time is increased, then also increase the members. At the same time, maybe in some type of situations need to using the new technologies deployed into the software architecture. At this time of situation also, it will be influence the financial issues. Am I right or not? Okay. So another one is the architectures for the product lines. Of all the assets in a core asset repository, software architecture plays the most central role. The essence of the building a successful software product line is discriminating between what is expected to remain constant across all family members and what is expected to vary. So that means here all these things are verified here. Software architecture is ready made for handling this duality, since all the architectures are abstractions and admit plurality instances, a great source of their conceptual value. After all that, they allows us concentrate on design essentials within a number of different implementations. Okay. So in this type of way here, we are identifying the scope. At the same time, we are based upon to the software lines to increasing the productivity. And at the same time here, we are consider the three things in the product line. So those are in some type of situations maybe occurring the different types of variations. So those are maybe identifying the variation points, supporting variation points, and evaluating the architecture for the product line suitability. So that means here we are observing the three things. So first of all, we try to identify where is the chance of occurring the variation. So now how we are giving the support for to recover that variation. And finally, we are evaluating architecture for the product line suitability. So that means these three things are needed to increasing the productivity. Okay, what makes software product lines difficult? In some type of situations, maybe we are not implementing the product lines in the proper way. So which type of situations are maybe occurred? It takes certain maturity in the developing organizations to successfully field a product line. Technology is not only barrier to this organization process and business issues are equal to vital to master full reap the benefits of the software product line approach. So the Software Engineering Institute has identified 29 issues or practice areas that affect organization success in the field of software product line. So most of these practice areas are applied during the single system development as well, but take a new dimension in a product line context. So that means when we are developing the same type of similar architecture in a single system, then there is no problem. So when we are implementing into the more than one system, then maybe the chance of occurring the errors, maybe connectivity errors, or maybe deadlock errors, or maybe bottleneck errors, or maybe whatever it may be interrupts, different types of interrupts. So these type of issues are raised when we are based upon to the software product lines. So we need to take care about the some design issues. So those design issues are here. First of all, we try to identify where is the chance of occurring the variation and how we are recover that variation. And here we are performing the evaluation properly. So if you are not performing the evaluation properly, then also occurring the problem. Now we are discussing another topic in the second unit, that is building systems from off-the-shelf components. This is also referred as OTS, off the shelf components, off the shelf OTS. Okay, here we are using off the shelf components are used for to achieve the our whatever it may be our desired goals or maybe desired qualities. Okay, so these are used for to providing the integration between the different types of modules. Okay, here we also know about operating system is used for performing the different types of functionalities. So like maybe the program execution, error correction, and maybe the assigning the resources and manage the each and every managing the resources, sharing the resources, and maybe performing the schedulings. So all these things are performed by the operating system. So before using the operating system, programmers need to be interacting with the hardware directly. So whenever operating system is come into the screen, then it will be reducing the so many efforts, and it will be create some easy environment with the users. Why? Because it will be providing the interface between the user and the system. Actually, user format is different and the system format is different. So it will be using some functionality like maybe the compiler. So then it will be translates from high level language to the low level language. So users, any one of the user. So nowadays, so many members based upon to the softwares. So that is also one of the advantages of using the operating system also. Also, and another thing is here operating system is used from 1960s, and at the same time here we are using database management system also, that is also used from 1970s. Different types of databases are we are used to performing the execution. So without a database also we are not able to developing the softwares. Why? Because whatever it may be the application, so we should be maintain some carrying some data. So without data, we are not able to performing anything. Am I right or not? So that's why we are based upon to the database also. And another thing is here we are using off-the-shelf components. So these components are used for to implementing the or maybe we are reaching the our required qualities in a software architecture. Okay. And another thing is here when we are not based upon to the off-the-shelf components properly, so then maybe the chance of occurring the architectural mismatches. Okay, so that means off-the-shelf components are used to verify whether we are able to reach our required goals or not. So in some type of situations, maybe occurring the chance of architectural mismatches. So what is the architectural mismatch? So that means nothing but the name is implies here occurring some mismatch in the architecture. So here in the architecture, different types of interfaces are used to interacting with the users. Okay, so at this time of situation, if the interfaces are not working properly, then any one of the user is not able to easily communicating with the software. So at this time of situation occurring the problem, those type of problems are here we are identified as architectural mismatch. Now we can see in the screen, architectural mismatch is a special case of interface mismatch where the interface as fairness defined. So the assumptions that components can make about each other. So that means here it is a special case of interface mismatch. So what is the interface? So we are providing some type of the module. So that type of module is easily communicating with the software and the user. So that means even though those programs, even though those type of users not having any type of the programming knowledge, those are easily achieved through some providing some interfaces. Am I right or not? For example, if you are observing into the some departmental stores or maybe some maybe the some grocery stores, so or maybe some type of the whatever it may be restaurants. So simply they are pressing some button, then it will be produce some bill. So simply they are producing some click to some button, then it will be giving some order. Am I right or not? So that means all these are possible through we are assigning some interfaces are there. So if interface is not properly communicating between the user and developed architecture, then occurring the problems. Those type of problems are referred to as architectural mismatches. So now how we can identifying these mismatches and how we can detect these mismatches and how we can record these mismatches and how we can avoid these mismatches. So these are the main points. So when we are based upon to the when we are moving from one system to the many, so this is also one of the design issues. So we try to verify whether any type of the architectural mismatches are occurred or not. If they are occurred, then we try to avoid or maybe we try to clear. So those type of mismatches. Okay. Generally, these type of mismatches are occurred when we are allowing unauthorized users to performing the authorization. So, or maybe when we are allowed unauthorized users to accessing the operations. So then maybe the chance of occurring the loss of data at the same time it will be occurring the mismatches in the interface. Please wait one moment. I hope all the members able to see the screen. Srinivas sir. Srinivas sir. I hope I'm audible to everyone. Is it right or not? Please respond through anyone's
Yes, sir.
number.
Yes, sir. It's audible, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Then I continue my session, sir. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So what can you do about interface
Ah.
mismatch? Besides tuning our requirements so that yesterday bug is today's futures. Yes, really it's correct. Why? Because if we are not correcting ourselves, then we are not able to, then we are not having the future. So that means first of all, we try to identify, so where is the chance of occurring the errors? So during the execution of that software, maybe user faces different types of problems. If those type of problems are occurred, then automatically degrading the performance of the software. So we try to performing the evaluation efficiently. Otherwise, occurring different types of problems. One of the problem is also referred to as here. So that is architecture mismatches. So generally, we are having the three types of chances to handling with these type of architecture mismatches. Those are avoided by carefully specifying and inspecting the components and detect those cases you have not avoided careful qualification of the components. And another one is the repair. Those cases we have detected adapting the components. So that means so here we are able to perform the three things. One is the avoiding, detecting, and another one is the repairing. In the case of techniques for repairing the interface, here we are using different types of techniques. Maybe here we are using, maybe we are based upon the wrappers, or maybe bridges, or maybe the communicators. So these three things are used for to repair the mismatches. Okay, so wrappers means here we are using different types of interfaces to communicating with some other interfaces. Then it will be used for repairing the actual interface here. And another thing is to date, mismatch correction has received little systematic attention. Can such as component glue or evocation of the character or the integration code and reflect the second-class status we assign to its development. Often repairing interface mismatches seen is a job for hackers. So we are already discussed about this. So whenever hackers are accessing the system, and whenever system is hacked, then automatically occurring these type of problems. Okay, so that's why we try to avoid so those type of authorization. We try to maintain proper security. Otherwise, we are facing the problems. However, it is often the case the weak link in a chain depends the change strength. So that means if it is a weak, then automatically maybe the chance of occurring the allowing the another is reduced. Thus, the quality of the component repair may be directly responsible for achieving or failing to achieve system-wide quality attributes such as availability and modifiability. So that means here we try to identify whether we are able to achieving the our water maybe desired quality attributes or not. So if it is not, then maybe the chance of occurring these type of issues. Okay. So and another one is the detecting interface mismatches. So that means whenever user facing problems, whenever user not easily interacting with the software, whenever user he's having the ambiguity, so then maybe the chance of occurring these problems. So in this type of case, here we are detecting those type of mismatches. In order to repair mismatches, we must first detect or identify them. If we are not able to detect, then how we can correct it? We present the process of identifying the mismatches as enhanced from the component qualification. The term component qualification has been used to describe the process of determining whether a commercial component satisfies various fitness or use criteria. Some component qualification process include prototype integration of the candidate components as essential step in the qualifying component. So this integration step discuss from the interface of mismatch difficult to detect such as resource contention. So that means here, first of all, we try to identify whether that type of the architecture mismatch interface is occurred or not. If it is occurred, then we try to able to repair the type of the interface mismatch. Okay, and next one is techniques for avoiding the interface mismatch. So in this, one technique for avoiding the interface mismatch is to undertake from the earliest phases of the design discipline to approach specifying many assumptions about components interface as feasible. So that means before developing any type of the software, we try to performing the feasibility study. So if you are performing the feasibility study properly, then these type of situations are not happened in the during the session of the during the execution of the software. Why? Because feasibility study means before developing the software, we can performing some type of assumptions and we are having some calculations whether we are able to develop within the time and whether we are able to include these type of attributes or not. So whether we are able to achieve that type of the security or not. So all these things are before developing the software, we are try to identify these type of situations are able to maintain in the developed architecture or not. Okay, so these type of guidelines are used for to developing the new software architecture with the quality attributes. Okay, and in some, here we are based upon the component based design as such. So this is also one of the main step. And another thing here, when we are designing some software, then only here, if you are if you are if you are designing the proper, if you are performing the design properly, then not occurring the problems. Why? Because so the entire software architecture is based upon to the design. Am I right or not? So before designing the software architecture, we are having the idea which type of things are necessary to creating the architecture. So that means that is based upon to the design. So if we are not, if we are according to the design only, we are able to implementing the steps. So that means coding, testing like this. So if you are performing the testing, then the software is released to the some particular organization or maybe the end user. So that means how we are designing these components. So component based design as I said, we also know about how we are designing the softwares and how we are designing the components. So here we are based upon to the three things. So those are nothing but architects, software developers, and another is the stakeholders. So these three members are used for to developing the components and another thing performing the evaluation also. So since the component capabilities and liabilities are principal source of architectural constraint in a system development, and since systems are multiple components, component based system design becomes as such for compatible ensembles of the shelf components that come closest meeting the system objectives. So that means how we can reach the system objectives means by using the off the shelf components, and if we are designing the properly component based design. Okay, so then there is a chance of occurring the errors are reduced. The architect must determine if it is feasible to integrate the components in each ensemble and in particular to evaluate whether the ensemble can live in the architecture and support the system requirements. So that means before developing the software, here we are using the feasibility study. So that feasibility study specifies whether we are able to continue in this software architecture or maybe drop the procedure to developing the software architecture. Okay, here we are using 6 type of steps. So those type of 6 steps are used for to developing the components. Okay, so the first step is the architect and the engineers identify design question. So they are having some design question. That question is the design question initiates the model problem referring to an unknown that is expressed as a hypothesis. So that means here they are able to define some hypothesis. And second thing is the architect and the engineers define the starting evaluation criteria. So they are start to performing the evaluation whether the type of the hypothesis is able to reach or not. So now third thing is the architect and engineers define the implementation constraints. So that means here the implementation constraints specify the fixed and part of the design constraints. So that means which type of problems are occurred in the real time. So those type of constraints are raised and discussed between the architects and the software developers. These constraints might include the such things, maybe the platform requirements, component versions, and business tools. And the fourth one is engineers produce a model solution. And the fifth step is engineers identifying the ending the evaluation. So and the sixth step is the architect performs an evaluation. So that means if you are observing these steps in this diagram, here first of all architects define the hypothesis. Second thing here evaluating that hypothesis. And third thing here we are implementing the constraints and we are able to raise here which type of problems are occurred in the real time situation. Okay, in the case of fourth step, here they are engineers producing some model solution. In the fifth step, identifying the ending evaluation, and the sixth step here performing the evaluation on the ending model solution. So if it is correct, then we can continue. Otherwise, we can repeat the process. If you are observing this diagram here also, we are using 3 steps mainly. So those are in the case of architect and engineer. So they are able to define the models problem. So in the case of define model problem means define the hypothesis, define criteria, and define constraints. Which type of problems are occur and what to be achieved. Okay. And another thing is engineer developing some model solution and architects here performing the evaluation. So whether it is a correct or not. Okay. In this type of here we are performing the designing on the components. Okay. And another thing here we are verifying the quality attributes also. Those are functionality, performance, compatibility, security, and interoperability, portability, like this. Different types of quality attributes are also verified. So that means up to now we are discussing about how we are moving from one system to the many, and of the what are the purpose of off the shelf components. These components are used for to achieving our objectives or maybe desired goals. So in that situation, maybe in some type of situation occurring the architectural mismatches, those are also recurred. And another thing, so to avoid those type of architectural mismatches, here we try to performing the design properly also. Okay. And the last topic is software architecture in the future. So we are already discussed all these topics in the last classes. So here in the case of software architecture in the future, so here we are using different types of programming languages are used and different types of structures are used to developing the softwares. In the case of ABC, so ABC means architecture business cycle. Here we are consider the 4 types of organizations. The first case is the simplest case in which single organization creates single architecture for a single system. Okay, so that means here we only based upon the single organization. So the same thing will be elaborated. So that means achieving parallel operating system. Okay. In the case of parallel operating system, we are using more than one system to. Okay. Hello. 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 Okay. How we are creating the
చెప్పండి.
Okay. When we are creating the architecture, should be we are based upon the some design criteria. So those type of criteria are used for to release the good quality of the software architectures to the end users. So which type of design issues are here we are considered means here we are using different types of tactics. Tactics means here we are using different types of strategies to achieve those type of quality attributes in a software architecture. So those are, so the first one is, so are the list of the quality attributes, scenarios, and tactics to be complete. So that means before developing software, the architects may be having some idea. So these type of attributes are needed, maybe these type of goals that should be achieved. So now we are verifying we are achieved or not. So how the scenarios and tactics to be coupled? How can the results of applying tactics to be predicted? So that means before applying the strategies, whether we are able to having the chance to guess what will be happen next or not. So all these things are the necessary to design the good quality software attributes. Okay. So and another thing is the architecture within the life cycle. So here we are consider the 3 points. Those are documentation within a tool environment, software architecture with the configuration management system, and moving from the architecture to code. So these 3 things are main. We are designing the software or when we are creating the architecture. So these steps are used to discuss in the software in the future. Okay, I think time is over and we are already revising the second unit with every topic. So if you're having any type of the doubts, please contact me personally. Okay, and another thing, you try to complete the assignment within the time also. Okay, and most of the members already submitting the assignments. Okay, now remaining members also submitting the first assignment. At the same time, you try to complete the second assignment. I'm giving the time up to 20th September. You don't worry about this. You just mentioned important points about the each and every topic. We are already discussing 2 types of topics in this unit: analyzing architecture and moving from one system to many. So in the case of analyzing architectures, we are discussing the 3 points: architecture evaluation, ADAM, and another is the CVAM. So in the case of moving from one system to many, also we are discussing the 3 topics. Those are the software product lines, off-the-shelf components, and software architecture in the future. So you try to give the important points. You just give like as a summary. So this idea will be used in the exam point of view, and I'm not giving any additional assignment to you. So you try to consider this assignment is also having the marks. Okay, please consider this. So try to submit the assignment within the time. And if you're having any type of doubts, you please ask me. And if you're having any type of the problems regarding the attendance issue, so please contact the Srinivas sir during the session only. So you don't try to contact the Srinivas sir after the ending the class. Maybe if the class is ending at 2 o'clock, maybe you are contacting at the time of 5 o'clock. So there is no use. So if you're having any type of the network issues, if you're having any type of real, if it is a genuine, then you try to contact the Srinivas sir to look out the attendance or maybe those type of issues. Okay. Thank you one and all. I'm ending the session now. Srinivas sir. Srinivas sir. Thank you.